All right, we're live.
We're live.
Live in the shop.
Good evening, everybody. 10 o'clock.
Welcome.
10 o'clock Central Time.
I'm Kim of Kim Fixes Things. I'm here with Buff Del Campo of the Buff Del Campo Buff Buff Del Campo channel.
Campo. I like Campo. That's
Campo.
a new word.
Okay. And you have found us, and our camera has frozen. Well, we still have sound, and I know how to fix the camera. We're trying new things, and apparently it's too much for our machine. So just bear with us. We're going to also have tonight the
Sewing camera.
sewing cam. So once we get this working, you'll get to see. Oh, we turned that camera off. And oh no, it doesn't want to. Okay, we're gonna deactivate it. We're gonna plug it back in. That camera's very unhappy. I think it might be overheating or something.
That's a camera we always use.
It's not happy tonight.
Bruce Culchin's here. And Tavo, I think, is here. He came in at like 15 minutes ago. And
Real
we're
mad.
struggling. We're struggling with the camera here. We'll get this going. It's red. It lit up red. But now what do? You have to turn it on the screen, or does it come on automatically? I don't know.
I may have played its last radio.
I hope not. That's a fun camera. Okay, it's red.
Flashing a lot.
Oh,
It's doing a lot of flashing. People, I'm very sorry. We are here.
light didn't come on green. Oh,
We may
it
have cooked
was.
it.
It was all good before we came on.
Game.
No, no, no. It's not over.
Have hope.
Just got to mess with it. You know how things are. It's electronic. Kim, can't we just change it over to points?
Oh, points. That's a good thought. But no.
That's what we do. The cars when we have electronic problems. We change them over to points.
Rip the computer out and stream manually.
Carburetor and points. It fixes everything.
It's like the art you used to do with the arcade cartridges, blowing it. Okay.
Okay, it just lit up
It
red
says
again.
it's happy. It says it's more happy.
And it's
There.
green. And we're
Ah.
on.
All right.
Yeah, I wonder why it happened.
Because stuff.
There.
All right.
Now they get to see both of us.
That's enough of those technical difficulties. See, we just get that out of the way right away. And like I said, we have the sewing camera. You have, and I'm over at the sewing camera now. Ooh, sewing, sewing, sewing. So you guys can. It's much more interactive. You know, it's growing pains.
Yes, analog rule.
I mean, there's growing pains. When you try and do better, sometimes it's hard at first. Sometimes it's more difficult. But if you survive, you learn to get better.
Go to the computer store and tell them I want the laptop with carburetor and points.
Yeah,
The guy will look
yeah.
at me and he won't have any idea what I'm
He'll
talking
think
about.
you're an idiot. So I'm sorry to bother the people. The Bruce is here and Tavo is here. Does the sound okay? Because the sound seems to be working the way we normally expect, but I just want to check in with you there. No echo or anything like
Says
that.
there's four other people in here. We just don't know who they are yet.
But they're not talking, so we
They're
can't expect them to
they're not chatting yet.
respond. We did turn the AC off to get started, so you guys can tune in a little bit before we. That's right,
Nothing mentioned.
Tavo.
Nothing came.
You have to try things that are new and difficult, or else you'll just be stuck in a rut, right? Trying new things is good. And the camera is working. Sound is
Oh,
perfect.
that's good.
Great,
Sounds perfect.
great.
Video works.
And
What other things will this do? I can't smell anything through this. You can't taste anything. Oh, like here,
smell-o-vision is on
taste
the
this, and they stick their
taste-o-vision.
they have a taste palette
Yeah,
thing they stick in their
you
mouth.
turn your mouse over and lick the bottom of it, see what it tastes like.
Jim's Fastback Garage. Oh,
Welcome to the stream.
how you doing?
We're doing stuff. Like I said, we've got another camera. Now, the other camera is a GoPro Model 11. And they are subject to, they get warm when you work them too much. So we probably cannot run it continuously, but we could probably run it for a little while and then turn it off and then run it for a little while again. So I'm going to try and do that. Um, and
Can we
maybe,
weld cooling fins to it? Probably shouldn't weld to the camera.
okay, so that is a real thing.
Oh, you can buy heat sinks for 'em?
No, we need to invent that because
Oh,
there's a big problem with them. And you can take the battery out and use USB power. And if you had like a slug that went in there that had a heat sink on it, passive or active heat,
so build a little radiator and have cool liquid going through there.
yeah, you could sell
And the
those
camera will be like really hefty.
for, what, $30 probably somebody would pay for that.
That's 300 to build it.
I know, I know. It's worth
Maybe
it.
have a Chinese build it.
Oh, Olam is here. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming in.
You feeling better today? I know you had enough after almost a 5 hour live last night. I can't believe we went live for just short of 5 hours.
It's busy working.
That was great. Yeah,
You guys kept me company,
you
Will.
had no idea it was 5 hours.
Well, I had some idea.
You had some idea.
So we we thought about it and slept on it, right? And okay, I slept on it, and after sleeping, it occurred to me that like the biggest problem that I'm having while I'm working is that the top thread is busting off or it's shredding through as it's going through the sewing machine needle. Um, and the thread that I'm using came out of this little. And when I had a spool of thread that I don't know what it was, but it was on the machine when I bought it, or it came off the machine that was broken that I replaced. Either way, I don't know where that. But once it was used up, and I started using these little Amazon ones, the thread started breaking, and the thickness seemed really inconsistent. And it didn't occur to me like, oh, maybe I just have garbage thread. But the cheapest thread in a bunch of colors that you can get from Amazon is probably not the best thread to be trying to do upholstery with, which is maxing out the limits of my machine. So we went to Walmart and bought some. Uh, oh no.
Won't focus.
Anyways, it's thread, and it is 100% nylon.
Nylon upholstery thread.
Upholstery thread. And they had polyester, but nylon is more gooder. So I bought the best thread that you can get at Walmart. It was still only like $3 for a roll. And I'm hopeful that this helps with the breaking threads problem. Something does smell funny. Do you smell it? Oh, you know what? We stirred up a lot of dust. I was moving things
You
around.
think that's it?
Yeah, if you notice, we were over
Well, if
there
they notice it,
yesterday.
if they notice the smell,
Well, they can smell it digitally. That's the
did
next
you did
thing.
you invent that? This
Yes,
digital smell?
it's a patent. It's patented. I want a quarter every time someone smells anything.
Okay, we have screens for video. We have speakers for audio. What is the thing that emanates the smell?
Well, there's not a real smell. You just detect the smell. It's
Yeah.
digital, not analog smell.
Okay.
So it's like you know how Elon Musk has that like new neuro chip thing?
Can you plug it into the USB in the side of your head?
You just jam a USB cable up your nose and we just shoot it out to you. So
Try shopping at Joanne. You know why we didn't go there?
they close early on
We
Sunday.
didn't make it there on time. That's
Yeah.
why.
We could have made it there, but we would have had to been like maniacs. And I was like,
Oh, we were talking about the Hummer Super Snipe last night. Roots Group competitor to the Jaguar. When Chrysler bought Roots, they planned to replace the Hummer with the Australian Valiant. Oh, cool. Yeah, smelly vision.
smelly vision. And then Mike says he farted. Welcome to the stream, Mike. Thank you for that.
What?
Lovely.
The smell goes out. It doesn't come in.
Well,
You gotta save that one.
it could like they could comment some smell.
Oh, we have smell comments,
Well, we could develop that.
and they just
Don't tell Elon Musk because he will promise to develop it in 5 years. You can pay now, and in 5 years
Yeah,
You'll
you'll
get the
get your
smell
smeller thing.
smell-o-vision.
And then when you get it, it won't work. You'll have to subscribe to
It's a subscription
it.
service for sure. Yeah. I'm sorry, subscribers only get the smells for
What's the
now.
which car was it? Which car was it in Europe? BMW? One of them. You have to subscribe to the high beams.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard about that.
You have to subscribe to turn up for the high beams.
Yeah, I mean that costs extra. Um,
Amazing.
but
Amazing.
until we get the digital smells, all of our subscribers, that we just put all the smells in a jar and we'll send it to you.
Well, do they get worse or do they neutralize each other
I
out?
mean, we just mix them up. You get what you get. I can't
Send them
promise
a
you
jar.
whatever is the most powerful smell. That's pretty much what you're going to smell.
It's
But it
like
could be like a
it's like Tony sending people used cheese out of his, well, not used. I mean, they've cut some off to use, and then they sent some as a prize to somebody. Cheese out of the
hey.
refrigerator.
We're not going to do it because Tony does it. Never mind. Tony does it. We don't want to be followers like that.
Okay, so now we're finished with that nonsense. So you got thread that hopefully will be better than
I've
what you
got
had.
better thread, and I think I've got like I've sort of got the idea of how to feed. You really have to work it hard because I don't have a walking foot on the sewing machine. A good upholstery machine would have a walking foot that sort of guides it better, whereas a regular machine just kind of has a feeder. And the
Ah, it's
problem
got
is
that
when you
little caterpillar like thing underneath. It moves the material.
it's just got like a conveyor belt that goes like
Yeah, yeah,
this.
it
Well,
looks
the
like it.
problem is if you have thick material that's got multiple layers, it just drags the bottom layer and it binds, so it
Caterpillar
doesn't really
thing.
move
It's like
very good. Yeah,
treads
yeah,
like
a
on a
lot of
caterpillar.
Leica treads.
I'm happy with old car interior smells.
You know,
John Wilburn.
the Dart has a very unique.
Tony cut the cheese and it smelled.
Imagine that, yeah. You know, if he starts trying to sell bath water, I'm out. I'm all
John,
out.
how long were you in here last night? We probably put him asleep. He was probably here and he fell asleep.
Okay.
John, we were just, she was busy and we just kept going and going. And we were like 10 minutes short of 5 hours. I can't believe we did that. But we did.
I mean, we were just going and working. I don't think we're going to be able to work that many hours tonight.
Yeah,
But I'd like to get
you want to finish some seams.
the cover finished, and then this is the seat, and it's not 100%. The ends are ready, and then I have another piece in here, and you wrap it, and then we have it set up so you can staple on the back. I don't know if we're going to be able to do all that tonight.
Oh, can you hand me that green thing?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm gonna do a short with
we're just going
this.
to make whatever project process progress we can make.
As soon as you use this green brand, people get all kind of upset. They either like it or they don't like it. But this thing is a stapler that is just incredible. Where do we have
Smell that
a
spread.
thing? Oh, there's no battery in it.
Good.
This thing has a big old flywheel, and when you squeeze the trigger, it goes wham! And it puts a staple in like you wouldn't believe. And if you have it turned up too high, it'll go all the way through the wood and out the other side. It's an amazing tool. And I bought this several years ago. The first thing I did was built a door with it.
All right.
It's an amazing tool.
You get
But
to enter.
we use it on her seats and it worked well.
You get to entertain the chat. I'm going to see if I can rethread the machine. I'm going to put you guys on for a little bit, but the GoPro over there, I don't know how long it's going to Oh, welcome to stream, Waylon. I didn't see Waylon coming
Yeah,
in.
because we're over here being silly.
Everybody's coming to hang out there. And then I'm going to
John's talking to two people at once, I can tell.
What? Get through here.
Okay, so you put the other camera on. So there's the sewing machine cam. Or you meant Jim and it auto-corrected. Okay, I figured you were on two different channels at once. Uh, Jim, where'd you go? Oh, you're
Here.
there. You're
I'm on
there.
it.
Oh, I see you.
I'm on it.
You're on it.
Maybe I go up a little bit.
Sewing cam. So that's kind of cool. I'm looking at what they're seeing, and I'm watching the sewing machine. I'm seeing this fat man sitting here. Jim, I was about to crash out. I'm on my phone and thought I'd stick my head in and say hi. Hello,
Oh,
John.
thank you so much for stopping in. We love
Good to
it.
see you here. And I talked to Mexican Spec and he isn't going to make it. And I don't know what happened to Ari tonight. I was going to go to Ari's live, but
Well,
he wasn't in Tony's and
he's out of town, isn't he?
he could be out of town.
Maybe
Where
he's
was he
on the
going?
road. Maybe he's headed home.
Oh, he had to go to Phoenix. That's right. He
Hmm.
went to Phoenix.
He's on the road. Or he was on the road and now he's just trying to get
I
the
forgot
directions.
he was driving to Phoenix up for work. So he's probably got to be in Phoenix tomorrow morning at work. So he was going down I-10.
This little rinky dink uh, junk thread is not going to cut it. You need a real thread,
Good night, John, whenever you crash.
nylon.
So Kim's going to be thinking about what she's doing instead of
For a
talking.
few minutes, yeah. I gotta get this put together.
So you can comment on what she's doing. Took her glasses off and so she could see up close.
Talk about stuff. What are people doing today?
Yeah, what are people doing today?
Is anybody?
And what we did today was we went to what every American does. They go to Walmart.
We went to
Went to
Walmart.
Walmart. What did we buy at Walmart? Thread, cough drops, vegetables. That might have been it. Oh, sour cream. Such a great Walmart run.
I mean, we got. You needed cough drops and
Yeah, we got what we needed.
got it.
Oh, I know the main thing we got. We filled the gas tank up.
Yeah, we got gas.
We got gas at a pretty good price. So
Gas
I
is
don't know what gas.
179. How much is gas in other
Yeah,
places?
what's gas over there? What we paid was what, 293 or something? I don't remember, Kim. It's 290 something, I think.
No, it's 279.
It was 279?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a deal. Cabo says he went to work this morning on oh, it's Monday there. I now have side window glass in the Mustang. Oh, that's Jim's Fastback
That's great
Garage.
news,
Now
Jim.
wait a minute. You have a different top on that. How does the glass meet up? Is that right? Oh, that would be that's like a chopped top. The glass doesn't always meet up. We're paying about $1.90 Australian. Oh, and is that a gallon or is that a liter? I'm sure it's not a US gallon. I don't know. You may have converted that whole thing over. Yeah, per liter. That's what I figured, which is liter's like a little tiny amount of gasoline. You can't go anywhere on a liter. Uh, so let's see. What's that work out to? Go like 3.8, $1.90 times 3.8, then figure out whatever the exchange rate is today. So let's see. Got to get my phone. So we got 3.8 times buck 91.9. That's 722 Australian dollar per gallon. So I don't know what's $7.22 Australian. I might have a converter for that even. Uh, I do 722, which would be that'd be 483 a gallon here. Yeah, it's kind of expensive. Yeah, it's 3.8.
Taxed.
3 3.8 uh 3.8 liters to a gallon. And I always laugh because the Buick 3.8 engine, I call it the 1 gallon engine. That's how I remember it, 3.8. So it's ends up being $4.83 US. So, wow. Where's that go? Is it a lot of taxes or is it just that expensive or don't know? Man, you guys are getting soaked. Of course, here in the US, I bet in California it's at least that.
Oh,
Tennessee's pretty easy on
price of tea and chai.
pretty easy on gasoline. And then John up there, John's not too far from us, but he's in Virginia. But it's just a few hours drive over to where he is. But I don't know what it is in Southern Virginia, where John is, Southwestern Virginia, where John is.
How's it look what I'm doing? Can you guys
Oh
see
yeah, can you
anything?
see Kim over there?
Or should I change the angle? I'm open to suggestions.
Well,
I guess you can't really see what I'm
Tavo
doing.
says a lot of that is tax.
Some states in the U.S. has
Some
way more
states,
tax than
I don't know
others.
what really bothers me, like in California, when I was there, they had a per gallon tax. And then they added a sales tax onto the total. So you're actually paying tax on the per gallon tax. That just really annoyed me that we're paying tax on a tax. I think it's closer to $7 a gallon. What's $7 a gallon?
That's insanity.
Waynesburger. It's well, I figured out it was seven.
We better all switch to electric cars.
Okay, what it was 7.22 a gallon. But then Australian dollar is different, so I convert it from the Australian dollar to the U.S. dollar. So U.S. dollars it was 4.83 a gallon. But that's switching it over to U.S. currency from the Australian currency. But I don't, that's just if you're buying internationally. I don't know what they make per hour or anything over there. It might work out to be even worse than here. So I don't know if they get paid more.
Guys, I'm gonna give this camera a break.
Oh, that camera getting hot?
It's
Oh,
warm.
okay, we gotta fix this then. Now that I am really disappointed in the GoPro being an overheating thing.
It's a hot-blooded thing.
We pay that too, GST on top of fuel road excise. It stinks when you got to pay tax on tax. $1.50 a liter, and we have more oil than Texas. Oh, that's right. You're up in Canada, so I didn't figure per Canadian dollar. So what he's paying Canadian is what you're paying in Canadian dollars. It's 660 660 a gallon. Okay, your liter up there. So let me change it back to whatever he said. A buck 90 Australian would be so what he's paying per liter is $1.74 Canadian. So yeah, it'd be a little more than what you're paying in the yeah, it's 3.785 liters per gallon. But I always say I round it to 3.8 because but it's closer than four. Everybody always tells me it's four, but it's 3.785, just not too far from 3.8. Yeah, if you're actually figuring it on like weight and balance on an airplane or something, you better figure 3.785 and not 3.8. It should be wrong.
Wrong. Wrong.
So now my calculator's calculating Australian dollars to Canadian dollars. Okay, so I need to fix this so I can put it back to US. Where's my US? US. There it is. Okay, at least one of mine's US dollars. I've got a converter that's pretty good. What is that converter? It is. I don't know the name of this app. I should know it. Hmm.
How are you temperature-wise? Do you want the AC back on?
I'm fine. It's up to you.
I got a fan because
Okay, because I'm really acclimated, so it would be under 6 again. Yeah, I'm really acclimated to hot weather, so she gets hot, and I'm just feeling like it's normal. $140 Australian fills my van. Yo, Joe, my van, $100 US, and that hurts. Never thought I'd pay. I grew up a long time ago, so $100 was you buy a car for $100, not a tank of gas. You know,
$50.
I just yeah, my first car was a 6-year-old Ford, 64 Ford, 1970. I paid $395 for it, and it had 70,000 miles on it. It's a good car. So I think a whole lot differently in the $100 is I gotta figure out how to think in today's money. Because I look at really junky cars that are like 2 grand, and it's like, what? Use that in a week. What engine does that van have in it? Is that a European like van, or is that a something they make in Australia, or what is it? I think you've showed it before. I just don't recall. And I'm drinking my Hang. I earned $80 PW. Well, per what's W? Kim, what's W? I earned $80 per W in 1980. 1980, what was I making? Oh, I was doing real well in 1980. Oh no, that's the year I sold my first radiator shop. So I was, man, I was struggling because I made good money. I brought good money in the radiator shop, but I was in California, a lot of taxes, a lot of expense. Rent was horrible. You know the story. I, well, and then I had employees I had to pay, and it's just all employees made more than I did. I bought a 66 Pontiac Executive for around $50 to $75 around 20 years ago and drove it home. Yeah, isn't that nice? Euro Ford Transit. Okay, the big one. 2.4 diesel. Oh, per week. $80 per week. What? Hey, I hear a sewing machine going. Can anybody hear the sewing machine?
I mean, it's working. I changed out the needle. That one was bent.
Bent needle. Not good. Okay, so new needle and new thread.
New needle, new thread. It's looking pretty good. Here, take a look.
Bring it up. Oh,
The nylon thread flows.
this is a sample.
Goes better than the.
I'm showing the microphone. That won't work. There. So the thread flows nicer.
Oh, and if you weren't here last night, this is where we're at. This is the seat back, and then this is the cover. This is the new material for the cover, but I still need to do this seam here and this seam here before it gets hog ringed on.
This camera's flickering once in a while.
Yeah, it's hot in here.
Okay, we'll turn on the AC. Or I'll turn it on. I got a tool to do that.
Gotta find a big long stick.
I'll use that thing. Here.
Is this long enough?
No, use this.
Oh, there you go. Touchy thing.
I got this thing. Where's the camera? I use this thing to turn on the AC. So much crap in the way. It's like a Soyuz spacecraft. They can't reach the buttons, so they have these sticks they push the buttons with.
Spacecrafts?
Yeah, because the way they sit in the Soyuz, the panel's too far away. They can't reach it, so they have like a poker to poke the buttons.
Wow.
I've watched U.S. astronauts riding in Soyuz explain this. It's kind of good video, you know. I bought another 66 Pontiac Executive roughly 25 years ago, an auction for 130, and got it running the same day and drove it home. Used it for a daily driver for a few years. I miss those days. 66s were all right. I had a 67, what was that thing? Catalina, I think. It's either a Catalina or Bonneville. I think it was a Catalina. Big, long, fastback, two-door thing. Man, I really liked that car. But I traded it for a 67 Camaro, so I guess that was a good deal. Gas was $1 a gallon then, yeah. Still have both those cars. Okay, I'm gonna quiet down here, see if I can hear the air conditioner. Tell me if you hear the AC running. I don't see it on the microphone
Probably
indicator
okay.
there.
It's a droning sound.
Oh, Tavo's got to go back to work.
Thanks for coming,
Well,
Tom.
yeah, we timed it for your lunch break. Guess. So have a good day. When you get off work, we might still be here, but then we might not
Oh
still be
God, I
here.
hope not. He's slave driver up here.
Slave driver.
We're gonna stream for 12 hours.
One has a 389 4-barrel, very strong running engine. Hey, what did the 67 have? Was that a 389 or was that a 400? I don't remember which engine it had. I just remember it was a nice car. It had over 300,000 miles on it. And it ran great. Didn't really use any oil, just set the cruise control and let it roll, you know. And it was the first car I had that had automatic temperature control on it. And I remember I drove it to the Air Force Base where I worked, which is in a hotter area. I was along the coast in California. Drove it there and I opened the door and a heat wave about hit me. I had no idea the AC was even running. It was just temperature control and it just kept the interior, whatever I had it set at. That was pretty cool. So, man, I like that big old 67 Pontiac. I like the Camaro better. If I had to choose one, it'd be the Camaro. Okay, 67 should have had 400. Yeah, it probably had a 400 in. I bought it from people that had it. I don't know if they bought it new or not. They had it for a long time. They had it as a family car, and then their daughter drove it to high school, and then I bought it from her. She laughed at me after I bought it. She goes, "You bought a car with over 300,000 miles on it." So I don't care. It runs good. I like it. That's funny though. She laughed at me after I bought it.
Laughed at you.
She laughed at me for buying a car with so many miles
Simple as that.
after I bought it. Oh, jeez.
Jeez. What the mockery.
She's a hot-looking blonde. I thought she was a pretty nice girl, except she was quite a bit younger than me, and so, I don't know. We didn't have anything in common, I guess.
Yeah, she just got a nice
Yeah,
lady.
she laughed at me for buying her car after I bought it. Well, she waited a day or two before she laughed at me.
Oh, well, that was respectful.
I was running through town on a Friday night, where you cruise through real slow, and she was cruising real slow and whatever she got. She laughed at me. Mrs. One-Eyed Cat, how you doing, Wendy?
Welcome to the stream.
Kim's over there sewing. She has a sewing machine cam looking down on what she's doing, but it's a GoPro and it's already overheated, so she turned it off.
Well, to get set up, so we really.
It just shouldn't if you run it for 100 years, it shouldn't overheat. And it ran for about a half an hour and it was
It's no
overheated.
issue. It wasn't like I didn't know the GoPros can't run very. They run a lot.
See here, 389 4-barrel was rated at 325 horsepower. I had the I had the needle one, on the speedometer bouncing off the side after I got up over 120 miles per hour. Man, I don't know what the fastest I ever had that Bonneville to, or it wasn't a Bonneville. I think it was Catalina. I'm pretty sure it was a Catalina. 67 Catalina with a 400 then. And I don't know. It's just a big old cruiser. I drive it. I was in the Air Force Reserves then. I was serving a lot of time, and I was driving back and forth between, like 300-mile trip on the weekends. I just let it sit there with a cruise control on. Nice, comfortable big car. The trunk was, I could have put 4 or 5 people in the trunk, I think. It's enormous. The same body as a 66. You know what the trunk looks like. Big. And then the gas filler was all the way at the back. And the first time I filled it up, it was like 26 or 7 gallons or something. It's crazy. I remember that. It's the biggest gas tank I ever had. So, Kim, what's going on over there?
Stitching.
For those of you that missed the beginning, Kim and I went and bought some, she was using cotton thread just because that's what she had. We went and bought some nylon thread.
I think I broke it.
You broke it.
I think I broke it. I can't get the damn.
I was just going to tell you how good it is, and it broke.
Yeah, no, not so great.
I should have kept my mouth shut.
Well, you know.
Why did we break it? Man, I'd love to have another one of those big
I was trying to go
Pontiacs.
through the heaviest part of anything that I ever have to go through on this. I was trying
And
to
it
go
was,
through shit. What are those? Piping. I was trying to sew through the piping.
and you went through too much, and what broke? The needle?
Just thread.
Oh, the thread broke.
Actually, it didn't break. It just bound, and now it's ready to go again. So I just got to reset a little bit.
My trunk was huge too. Some of my coworkers would race down the highway after work. No one could get around me. Car was too big to get around, or it was too fast, or a little of both. Man, I miss that old Pontiac. That'd be a nice car to have now.
Yeah.
Although I traded for a 67 Camaro SSRS. It
Yeah.
was crunched in the front a little bit, and I fixed it. That night I got it, I fixed it and painted the fender that night. And I'd much rather have the Camaro.
Yeah. That's a
I cleaned my garage out on my weekend off, and Donna's not happy. Wait a minute, he was on here last night. Oh, I'm going to start a fight. He said you cleaned out his garage. No, actually, I don't know whose garage he said. He may have said the garage. So where'd you throw all his stuff? What'd you throw away? You throw away car parts? Throw it my way. We save everything.
Oh man, we saved too much.
We have a yard full of save too much.
Too much.
Our yard kind of goes downhill like this, and the road is up here. As long as we save it down the hill here so you can't see it from the road,
It's not so bad.
I'm not so worried. It's when the county starts flying a drone around and taxing you by what you have in your yard. Oh man, I hope that.
That comes with our screw.
I don't think they do that kind of thing in Tennessee. I hope.
I mean, you'd think they'd get Copperhead Road.
There are so many like old hillbilly houses all over Tennessee that got cars in the yard and old washing machines and everything. As long as you keep it away from the road where you can't see it, I think it's okay. I got rid of lots of shit. Uh-oh. Man. As long as it wasn't car parts. Didn't get rid of any like road tote fenders or anything like that.
See how the GoPro's goes.
Oh, is the GoPro getting cooler?
I mean, it's been on for a couple of minutes. It's what happens.
It's been off, and we have the AC on. Oh, I saw your monitor light up over there.
Yeah, it's coming. Let's go.
That 380 engine ran strong. 389 engine ran strong. She said she didn't throw away any. I assume that's the no. No road dog parts. That 389 engine ran strong. When I put the pedal to the metal, I really flew and pulled hard. I know I had it over 120 and the needle was bouncing. That's when a coworker was trying to pass me. What was your coworker in? That'd be interesting. You're in Canada, right? Are you in Canada? I can't remember where everybody is. That's terrible. I remember I was in Canada in 1980. I was in Alberta, and there everything was kilometers, and I, I don't remember what the gasoline was
All
there.
right, let's see what happens on scene two. There it is. It's a sewing stream now.
Sewing stream. Oh, you moved the angle of the camera too.
Yes, looking at the top of my head from a different angle now.
Some some tools went out for the the scrap guy. Uh-oh. Tools. Man.
Don't tell him things like that. You hurt his feelings.
I almost like the tools more than the cars. I think I do like the tools more than the cars. He had a Monte Carlo with 350. I had a 72 Monte Carlo with a 350 for a while. I liked that car. The interior was all torn up, and I had a friend that had a upholstery shop, and I paid him for it, but he redid the whole interior. It's really nice after that. But I sold it to some people. Man, I remember selling that car. A young couple pulled up in front of my shop, and they wanted it. And of course, everything I had was for sale because that's how you live. But they pulled up there and they wanted that thing. And she was holding this little tiny baby that was probably a week old. And they were in a 68 Ford, big 68 Ford Galaxy four-door. And there was no upholstery on the seats. They were sitting on the springs. And the carpet was all torn up. The car was kind of a piece of junk. I mean, it was a complete piece of junk. And they went out and drove that Monte Carlo back. She didn't even want to get out of it. She just stayed in it. So they bought that Monte Carlo, and I took the Ford on trade, but it had a 302 and an automatic in it, so that's why I took the Ford. But I only gave them $100 for it, and they were happy. They were
But wait,
really happy.
don't make your.
Oh yeah, that was probably in 1980. What is Kim making? She is sewing up the cover for the back seat, the back of the front seat of the 66 Dart, and she already got where is it? Oh, it's in the car. The bottom done. Last night she did a lot of it and trying to finish it up tonight. My car was a big four-door boat. I weighed it once and it weighed 4,500 pounds without you in it. Yeah, I'd believe that. Because I always spent my last dollar on tools. Me too. I spent a lot of money on tools. The two things I got, I always say I retired, I didn't really get a retirement. I paid my house off and I bought a lot of tools. So that's what I had. That's what I have. I bought myself a place that I can work and I have tools, so I can do something. Those early 70s Monte Carlos are cool. They're shorter than the mid 70s. Yeah, I didn't really like the second generation, the mid 70s Monte Carlos, I really didn't like. And even the ones after that, whatever they were, the little boxing Monte, sorry, I got a cough drop in my mouth. The little boxing Monte Carlos, I didn't like those a lot either. The 70, 71, and 72, I really like those. Because they're like a Chevelle, except from the firewall board, they're longer. And I think you could take a 70 through 72 Monte Carlo and put a V12 in it and there'd still be room for the radiator. The, the shroud was like this long from the radiator to the fan in that engine. I remember that. Yeah, that's the cover for the seat back.
Show him the seat, but point out the seat back behind it.
There's a seat back.
Oh, you can't see.
Yeah, you can see it's sort of there. That's all the foam and everything. It still needs a little work, but it's there.
We're getting there. We're better at a time. This is hard work.
Kim never did upholstery before, and then she started and had a lot of trouble and broke needles and broke thread, and she's at the point now where that's a real minimal machine, but she's able to do it. I said by the time she's good at it, she'll be finished. She was going to go out and buy an industrial machine, but you know what?
Too much money and not enough space for more.
Too much money, not enough space. And what are you going to do when the dart's finished? It's sell it. I think the Monte Carlos are similar to the Grand Prix. I think you're right. Although back then there was a lot more difference between the GM brands, but they had a lot of similarities. Well, obviously, look at a Camaro and a Firebird, but even a '64 Chevelle and a Pontiac. Well, the GTO. What was the GTO? It was Le Mans and well, all the others, the Buick and the Oldsmobile. I mean, all you got to do is look at the top. Even the station wagons look the same, except for the Vista Cruiser ones. But the windows are still the same. I think you could put a Vista Cruiser top on a Chevelle wagon. Like anybody would want to do that now. The seat covering looks like a leopard. It's not a leopard. It's diamonds. Diamonds. Where's diamonds? Do you have a piece of that stuff? We can show a sample.
Here, or do you want
Oh yeah, put it there. Put it there. That's what it is, right there.
I don't know if that shows the colors, but it works.
Oh,
really
it looks. I mean, when I'm looking on the screen, it looks perfect. Looks just like it does in person.
It looks really good in the car.
GTOs are very similar to Chevelles. So, what was your favorite year GTO? I'll tell you what mine is if anybody answers. Oh, now I know why the camera flickered. A fly flew right in front of it. Wow. Whalenberger says the fabric looks cool. Well, good.
Thank you.
69, okay. My favorite was the 64, the first year. I really liked those. Although I like the 65, the stacked headlights. But 66, they started looking bigger. I like the style, but they started looking bigger. 67, very much like the 66. And then the second generation body, like the 68 Chevelles and later, I don't know, they were okay too. I gotta go get something to eat and get to bed. I have a long weekend. I have a long week. And night all. Take care, Wendy. Have a good night. So who knows how to sew here? I don't know how to sew. I tried working a sewing machine one time and I couldn't make it go straight. It's like a drunk driver.
All right. There's this.
Oh,
There's the seam.
oh, okay.
It's like when I turn it inside out. Yesterday I did a whole long seam and then it was inside out.
Yeah, if any of you were here last night, you saw that. She did the whole thing and then flipped it inside out, and it was, she sewed it together upside down. Like, whoops.
Come on now. Fix me. Okay, here we go. Hope this piping looks right. Sewing together this 1966 piping is no picnic, I'll tell you that. What do you think? Look like piping again?
Well, compared to what you had, I mean, this is wonderful.
Yep.
I do okay by machine with some practice. I know how to sow wheat. That's what I said. I know how to sow seeds. But when I try to sew with a machine,
That means
I'm
I
not
only got to
kidding.
do that, and then I'm
I'm not
ready
kidding.
to
It's
put
like
it
a
on.
drunk driver.
Oh, this is hard work. I'm gonna turn this GoPro off a little bit.
You're gonna let it rest? Okay. I like all yours GTOs. I like 69 because of the hideaway headlights. Oh yeah, 69s did look pretty good, didn't they? Rear spoiler, rammer, for engine option, so on. I have four 1969 GTOs. Too many projects. Okay. What was the GTO? What year was it that had the grill down lower? It's like they took the regular grill and lowered it down. It's like 71 or 2 or something. So wild oats. Out sowing wild oats. What you doing there, Kim? Oh, checking the temperature.
Setting it up to charge a little bit while it's running too. Maybe. I don't
Eyes and hands make it hard to not do much by hand most of the time. You know, some days are good days. My right hand's almost always good. Left hand, man, I get the shakes with my left hand sometimes. But some days are really good. And I just am like just almost as good as it was, like 10 years ago. But some days my left hand is I can't even type on the keyboard because my left hand shakes so badly. But and my eyes, swapping glasses all the time, up very close, taking glasses off. I turned into an old man with glasses, but it could be worse. I have friends that had heart attacks and died, so I always say I'm lucky. I just got a shaky left hand. 71 and 72 GTO have different look to them. They had the 455 HO engine option, and I bet the 71 was faster. I remember when 72s came out and they went to lower compression and uh, they did two things the same year. They went to net horsepower and they changed the compression and did some other things. And it's like you couldn't even figure out what happened. It was a terrible time. That's when I had 429 Fords, and I'd always get the 71 or earlier heads, put them on the newer engines, and then the cam timing was always way wrong on the later ones. So I always just use the timing chain and camshafts like from a 69 Thunderbird. Man, did that wake those engines up. Between that and the closed chamber heads, man, what a difference. Turned from a big, slow heat producing engine into one that produced horsepower. Yeah, left hand today is a little bit shaky. I know how to control it as long as I rest my ground my like my wrist or something. I can work real well, but if I start freehanding something, it's a struggle. If I got to freehand something, it's going to be with my right hand. They actually lowered the compression 71. Pontiacs had at least two full points. Oh God, they did that 71. 71, 72, 455 engines should be identical. Okay. Yeah, like in Ford, see, because I had Fords then, the 71 still had compression. 72, they were not dumb. I just assumed everybody did it in 72, but maybe not. I remember when Trans Ams came out, they were actually for the Trans Am series, so they were 5-liter engines. And then they went to the 455 in the Trans Am. What was that noise?
It's bad noise.
What was that? There's a big noise in the sewing machine.
Piping. When you hit that piping, it jams the machine really hard.
So nothing broke, it just made a noise. You don't know,
No, it's good, but
just a noise.
it's pretty harsh.
Like working in a factory, you can hear a big bang noise coming from a machine shop.
It's, so, so
There was like a shop supervisor, me. We like run to the machine shop. What happened? Well, the machine shop in the first building was right around the corner from my office. The two of us were in there talking about something. And bang, man, both of us. We didn't even say anything. Both of us just shot out the door and around the corner. And the kid working there's a big chuck key in the lathe, and he'd left it in there and turned the lathe on. So the chuck key went around and jammed everything was turning. Oh man. Oh, they had the 455 Super Duty engine option in 73 and 74. They're stronger than the 71 and 2 455 HO engines. Man, I remember all those engine designations, but I didn't really know what they meant. Also 455, 75, 76, but those were nothing special. See, in 75, 6, 7, 8, from 75 to 80, I had a radiator shop. There's a Pontiac dealer across the street. So I remember seeing all those cars, and I really liked the way they looked, but way out of my price range. I was just, I never made really good money until I worked for the uh, defense contractor, and they paid me well. It was good to at least make some good money for a few years. When I was working for myself, a lot of money went through my hands, but paid a lot of bills too. Paid a lot of bills and a lot of taxes. Payroll taxes. You think you're making money, and then quarterly you got to pay the payroll taxes for the employees, and it's like, gulp. Where'd all my money go? That was their money. It wasn't my money. It was their money. Oh man. No, in the end, the employees always made more than I did by a little bit. So the advantage I had was I owned the shop, and on a weekend I could pull a car in there, or after work I could bring my own car in and do whatever I wanted with the car. So that was the really big advantage to owning a shop, is that I had a shop. I had a Fairmont Futura with a 4-cylinder Pinto engine in it. Of course, that came out, built a 302 for it. So all that stuff went on in my shop, and that was really the big advantage to owning my own business. Wasn't the money I made. And the first shop was a radiator shop where I could work on radiators indoors, but all the cars were outdoors. The second shop I could pull cars inside, which, man, that was wonderful, but the rent was rent was a lot. Kim, you okay over there?
Yeah.
piping.
It's quite me, all right. Ah, I moved an inch.
She sewed an inch.
Woohoo! Inch by inch.
Inch by inch.
Oh,
What was that noise? That was that noise again.
can you hear that noise? You have to take a drink.
Takes a lot of money these days. I did years ago with record inflation. The inflation's killing me. I'm on Social Security, so every day my little bit of money I get's worth less. And my biggest expense is insurance, including I got to pay for Medicare. People don't understand. I didn't understand that. When you retire, they take money out of your Social Security to pay for your Medicare. And then all the other insurances I have, like homeowners and car insurance and supplemental health insurance, it just takes half my money. And that's, to me, that's just crazy. I feel like I don't get anything for it. Kim, that's making a big noise.
I'm aware.
Well, I'm just commenting. I don't know if anybody can hear that.
Busted.
Bust.
The end of the needle.
Oh, you broke the end off the needle.
Well, I got about 10 inches before I broke the needle this time.
Are you getting good at changing needles, or is that difficult?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know how difficult that was. I didn't know if changing a needle was like changing a rod bearing, or if it's like changing a valve cover bolt, you know?
It's kind of like changing uh, a wheel stud, maybe? You know?
It's like changing a wheel stud. All right.
Yeah, you got to take it off and
Insurance is a big rip anymore. That's how I feel. I, you have to have it. It's just, yeah, I was talking about that last night. How you went to the doctor and my supplemental policy is supposed to pay 20%. They paid on the last time I went to the doctor, they paid $3. Well, you can bet that wasn't 20%. Not even close. It was like it's like they go order a sandwich and they give you a crumb. It's like, really? I give them half my wages and they gave me $3. Thanks, guys. Kim, what can we give away as a prize?
all these broken needles.
I was gonna say when you're finished sewing that, maybe the sewing machine.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, hurt.
Not gonna be like Tony and give away a half a package of cheese.
That bag of potato chips. I don't know, and I don't have a lot of energy to consider it.
We have cat food because the cat's gone, so
Oh,
we have cat food.
don't say
Well,
that.
who has cats?
No.
We'll keep the cat food for the next time a cat shows up. Remember that cat that came around that a couple of days that was up on the porch,
Yeah.
run from me? That cat never came back. Or I haven't seen it. That was a month ago, you know. I was gonna feed that cat. Well, in fact, I put some food out there, and that cat went away. Some possums or something ate that food.
I trust you. It looks friendly. Cats, they're.
I don't know. I feel bad for these little animals because I think people dump them out in the country
I
somewhere.
think they do too. I think when people move and they can't.
Yeah, or they get kittens and they don't want them, they just go dump them somewhere and want them. Like that little black cat I had for a while. I came out one morning, I could hear this little meow, 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 like a little kitten. And that cat was way up in a tree, and I put some food in a bowl down at the bottom of the tree, and that cat worked its way down the tree. After I left, looking out the window, the cat came down and ate and then went back up the tree. And eventually I was moving the food closer to the porch. And pretty soon that cat was coming up on the porch. And then she let me touch her after a while. I took her to the vet, got her fixed. And she was pretty friendly with me, but she disappeared. I have cats. I even have, I thought it said pterodactyl, polydactyl cats. They have extra toes on their paws. Really? Hmm.
Oh,
Was that a break? Was that a breakage or just a noise?
but I mean, if I do that more than a couple times, it's gonna break. Then you know. Oh, I don't think I have a thread. I'm trying to sew it
Oh,
up.
you ran out of thread?
Well, no, I just like
I mean, you ran out of that.
I broke the thread. I
Oh,
guess
you broke the thread. Okay.
maybe it was never in there after I started.
She went to all the trouble to set up this sewing machine cam, and it overheats. I am really disappointed in that GoPro. That was an expensive thing. You paid for it, and it's good for
And
like,
it does some fancy
oh,
stuff.
it does some fancy stuff, but it's good for about 5 minutes before it's overheated.
No, no, don't
How long can you run that before it's overheated?
that one.
Yeah, 5 minutes? Okay, maybe 10 minutes.
Okay, you can change the scene. You know how?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. You're asking me to do stuff that's digital. Well, that didn't do anything.
All the way to the left. Just
Oh, scene two.
stop clicking.
Ah, now I got it.
Yeah, there, yeah. You're good.
Yeah, cats make great, great pets and are great companions. I had one for years, and that cat just sit on my lap, and then I had to go back to work. And a woman up the street has some teenage girls, so she took care of the cat for me. It was supposed to be a month. Well, crap, it ended up being 2 years. Well, the time I get back, 13-year-old girl's going, "Oh, I'm gonna have to give the cat back." Oh, she's like in tears, and I said, she says, "That cat sleeps in my bed every night." And I said, "Do you want the cat?" She goes, "Yeah." And I said, you can keep the cat. Just let me have visitation rights once in a while." So that cat's 24 years old. It's an old cat. But I talked to him a couple of weeks ago. She can't jump up on the couch anymore, but she gets around, goes outside, does her business, comes back, sleeps in bed with the daughter. So it's like, okay, I need to go up there and see them. I want to see the cat again.
You should do that.
Last time I was there, I put the cat up on my, kind of sat back, cat up on my, where she used to lay down on my chest, scratched for a couple of minutes, and she got down and went over to the girl.
She's like, I want to stay here.
Yeah, don't take me back to that house. This is a better place. Then I had the cat that just showed up here for over a year and a half. That's Powerglide. That's a cool name for cat, I think. Powerglide. Powerglide disappeared. What happened? Yeah, that cat went to a good home. The other one, I don't know what happened. I went out there in the morning to feed her. I always fed her at 7 a.m. and I went out there. She was there and scratched her or something, went back in to get the food. When I went out there, she was gone. So I thought, okay, she's off walking somewhere doing her business, but she never came back. And it's like, I don't know what happened to her. Hello, Barrows. How you doing? Man, I was just watching you do something. What the heck was I watching Barrows do? Man, what were you doing? My cats can really jump high, just like jackrabbits. Well, that black cat I had, that cat would go up a tree so fast you couldn't believe it. Just scamper up a tree.
Are they getting anything out of this, Cam, or is it just
I don't know.
another
I mean, they're
plan?
stopping in, and William Berger's talking to me. Barrows is talking to me. There's 11 people in here. We're just sort of kicked back, I guess, watching you do whatever you're doing.
Bend and break needles.
Barrows, Kim's making. What is that? Oh, it looked like he stuck a needle in your hand. No, it's laying down in your hand.
Those are broken ones.
She's doing upholstery with a very minimal machine, but she's put bigger needles and
Terrible machine.
no, it's not an industrial upholstery machine. It's a small machine. It's never meant for this, and you're learning how to, or you've learned how to make it do the work you want it to do, but
Sort of.
it's at its limit.
Yeah, it keeps breaking needles and breaking thread and
I never know what I'm doing. That's why I have my cat Edelbrock, her to keep me in line. Edelbrock's a good name.
not sponsored though, right?
Yeah, you get paid any money for that, having a cat named Edelbrock? So I named my cat after a transmission that's no longer produced, so I can't get any money for that. And my cat was Power Glide. Great name, I think, for a cat, but and that was really Ari. It was because of him I ended up naming the cat Power Glide. Some live we were on. I don't know. I don't remember when it was. Ari DeBernia. I guess he's in Phoenix tonight. So he didn't do an after the Tony, so we came on. Yeah, Barrows, you got all those rat rods. They're kind of cool. We got to do one of those.
Yeah, we got that board frame out there.
No, you know what? Well, yeah, we could use a Ford frame. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll use one of the frames. And you got that car that's on the trailer, which I'm not going to say what it is here till we do it. We could use that car, or we could use, who knows?
There goes the thread again.
Broke the thread again.
I'm really getting to the difficult part of this whole mess. Does not want to sew through this quilting.
Too many layers.
Too many layers. That's
Remember my friend Vern out there in California said she won't be able to sew through that many layers. Yeah, I said, yeah. And he's got a big industrial machine, but he's, 2,300 miles away.
Yeah, he knew what was going to happen because that's why he has the machine. No.
You know what? You know what? Why he has that machine? He's one of those guys that's always looking for the peels, and he knows he's lived there his whole life, knows a lot of people, and somebody basically gave it to him for a little money, and it had some problems, and he's a guy that knows how to fix everything. He's one of those guys like you. He'll take a carburetor that's completely messed up and make it work perfectly. And so that's what he did with that machine.
Yep.
And yeah, if we were out there, just do it.
I mean, I'm only a couple inches from having this seam done, and then it should be able to go to test it at least.
I have two. Eddie is the house and outside cat. Holly is my shop cat. They're both Pollies. I'm into multi-carbs, so it works. I notice you're into multi-carbs. I've only had multi-carbs once. You ever see pictures of my cougar with the cross ram? If you're into multi-carbs, you might know what a Edelbrock XC8. It's XC-8, I think. and it's goes on a small block Chevy. It worked better than I thought it would actually. Oh, that thing was fast. The car wasn't that fast because couldn't get any traction. It just spin the tires. But it was fun. I had that, and a friend of mine had a Gremlin with a 429 Ford in it, and they were both about the same kind of car. Spin tires like hell, and street stuff. Oh well, gone now. That was many, many years ago. Every once in a while, I look for one of those manifolds, and I still find them. But then I got to go out and buy two carburetors, and Chevy's version of the Mopar Crosstown. Yeah, but Chevy didn't make it. It was it was an Edelbrock carburetor, and actually ran. Like Mopars, I think went into a plenum. I think both carbs fed a plenum that fed cross rams. I think, and the Edelbrock, each carb fed four cylinders, so it was kind of like running two four cylinders with a common crankshaft. Kind of a You're lucky to have them everything synced up and working, but they worked. Man, if you opened up those carburetors, they just turn tires into smoke. Which, of course, when you're that age, that's fun. Kim, you want to do the upholstery on my car when you're done?
No, never again.
You didn't even ask me which car.
I don't even want to know.
Oh, you just turned it off. Okay, I got to come up here and adjust this. What do I do? Just turn off scene two?
See how bad I did on this side.
Oh, there we go.
All right. Let's see. How's it look? How's that seam look? Oh,
What's going on up there? You got a
jankety up
little
there.
janky thing up there, but
I think it's good. I think we're gonna go.
gonna live with it.
Yep. I think that's gonna be good enough for this.
It's gonna go to no name nationals like that. Well,
This year is good.
hold up for everybody that wasn't here. Hold up what came off of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so you saw the new upholstery.
This is what the antique upholstery, whatever, if this was a recover or whatever it was kind of like this, and it had faded to this on the passenger side, but this is what the driver's side looked like. So compared to that, uh, I think I think you'll find this to be quite pleasing.
Wow, Kim, you did it. You did
Quite pleasing,
oh,
right?
that's nice.
And I reuse this is the factory stuff, or this is
That's
whatever.
the vinyl that was on it. She put an insert in it. Yeah, you got to cut those so nobody
Yeah, but
pulls.
these can
Because
be
somebody will
trimmed.
somebody will come along and pull on. It. Go,
Oh yeah,
hey,
it'll just like run the whole way
run the
down.
whole thing. Yeah, I like the tunnel rams, especially the old barrel plenum Edelbrock. Much easier to tune than the Lion short plenum ones. See, I don't know much about them. So what if I make a manifold? Let's say I have a friend make up the two pieces that go to the head, like let's say like 3/16 or quarter-inch steel, have them cut it out on a CNC machine, and then I weld up tubes and put a big barrel up there and flat plates for carburetors. Will that work? Or should I just go find and pay through the nose for a tunnel ram? I've thought about making my own manifold many times because I got tubing and I know how to weld and got friends with CNC machines. Well, very nice, especially if you're using standard sewing machine without a walking foot. Yeah, she decided she was going to make it work and it took a few days, but
It ain't great, but
Oh, look what you had and look what you got now.
Yeah, we don't have
You
holes
got
in the.
thread on you. You got thread all. Still got. It's like there.
Oh, this makes me look fat.
Hey, I'm getting there too. Whoops, I gotta. So let's see. What else? We gotta finish the that piece,
This part here.
and then we can install it, and then we can put it all in the car,
Yeah.
and then move on to the next project. I made a battery hold down that I was all proud of, but
Yeah, looks good.
I gotta go take it off there, show it off. It's just a brazed together thing that I made out a thing I made out of stuff. Okay,
See?
Cam, you're you've got the
I'm in
helm.
charge.
You're in charge.
Oh, jeez. How did I get in charge of anything? All right, I'm sitting in the chair. Yeah, I looked. We were looking for a walking foot machine, and they were about $500 for a used one, and we don't have a space for it, so I'm gonna buy it just to do one seat. This just needs to be something that we can sit on comfortably for this event, and then I don't know. Maybe I'll go with something different for next year, or I haven't figured it out. It got quiet. They only want to talk to you. They don't want to talk to me. Okay. Well, it's late on a Sunday night. Everybody who wanted to do lives was in Tony's live or whatever. They're all used up of the lives. You did make a really nice battery hold down. I like it.
It's got racing defluxifier. That
Well, holy flux.
this needs a powerful wire brush, not a wimpy wire brush.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to brush it off with something more powerful before
Present
I
it.
paint it. But yeah, see that thing, it was on an angle because the just because it has to go between the battery thing and oh yeah, there I am. There it is. So it's just
Pretty
braced
fancy.
together thing, and it's just junk I had around. The steel was flat steel and I bent it up to
See,
break.
we had one of
Oh,
these,
that thing is horrible. Don't even touch
and
that.
it's all like,
That thing is so rusty under there, all puffed up.
it's all corroded and gucky.
Seriously, Kim, that's really good work for what you have. Well, it's better than I've seen a lot of pros have done. Well, with all the right stuff. Yeah.
Well,
So
thank
anyway,
you. It's a struggle, and I really probably would have been easier to just make a new one from scratch. I don't know. It's been a bite here.
so I will.
Trying to get the car ready. We've got to get the idler arm repaired, and then from there it's a bunch of little knickknacks, lighting issues, and maybe install a tachometer. I don't know if we're gonna get to that.
Will a slant six rev high enough to need a tack? It'd be nice to have a tack.
I'm not gonna be able to hear very well, and
What do you mean you won't be able to hear very well?
oh, when there's a car next to you making all that racket, I
Oh.
won't be able to hear what the motor's doing. It makes it really hard to launch consistently.
What makes you think they're going to be next to you? They're going to go, ooh.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. Doesn't
We're like
matter.
stock slant sixes with two barrels of. Is that a two barrel or one barrel? One barrel.
What?
And that exhaust pipe's what, inch and 5/8?
That carburetor is almost 200 CFM.
It'll just be fun to drive it there. Because it was just an old, basically non-drivable car, and you got it. We had to fix it at Uncle Tony's before you drove it up here. Because pissing pissing fuel all over the floor, and
Yeah, it was leaking fuel and the brakes,
oh
and
yeah,
then
no brakes.
bearings were whining something terrible. Hadn't been driven in a while.
So now you have lower gears, and you have
And that Holly carburetor was garbage.
now what kind of carburetor is it? It's a no, what's it a replica of?
Some kind of Ford
Okay,
from the early 60s Ford one barrel carburetor.
okay,
So,
but it was new.
right, it's a new reproduction knockoff kind of carburetor, but higher CFM, lower cost. The design is a low cost design.
Starts right up and runs. No
It
more,
does, it idles great.
no more trouble.
That Harley 1920 was in bad shape. It had the wrong gaskets put in it. The parts were warped from someone just trying to tighten the screws tighter and tighter to account for the way that the gaskets had been wrong. It was a lost cause. It was just wore out. And they're just old pot metal little things like, oh, you're getting chair back.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to sit on a bucket if I don't. So always sat down in here with buckets for a long time. Now we have chairs. There.
I need a break.
Brake.
Yeah, like a
There's a brake.
yeah. I'm gonna go use the brake.
A sheet metal brake?
No, the brake room.
Oh, the brake, that kind of brake.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll move over to this chair because I got my close-up glasses on. I can't see from back. Yeah, I don't know what time we come up here. Let's see. She did all that in under an hour and a half. So that's beats the hell out of 4 hours and 50 minutes last night doing basically the same kind of thing. She's really learning how to deal with that machine and got the right thread and right needles or better needles and everything. Yeah, she's figured it out. I don't know how late we're going to stay here. Probably a little bit. I don't know. So everybody here has to go to work tomorrow morning. Unless you're on down under, then it's already tomorrow morning. Yeah, Tavo was here. He already had to go back to work. I think we caught him on his lunch break. Ah, here's Kim.
Our little frogs
Oh, your little frogs are out there?
hanging out on the outside wall.
Did you take video of the frogs or something?
One here.
Oh, well, good.
I like to put stuff like that.
I got those nuts just sitting there. I want to make sure that so they don't get knocked down. They're on the inner fender of the dart,
Oh, good, thank you.
but I want to clean that thing up more and paint it. But I'm gonna do that outside in 3 minutes. So light out. What are you doing? Oh, cutting. Be careful. Get your thumb away from it. Talk about what you're doing, or
Well, this
Taking 100% of your concentration to do what you're doing.
carpeting, it's just really not interesting. I'm cutting so this will fit.
You want to set that on the table or anything?
Nah, because I got a roller. I'm going to move it around and I'm working on it.
Just watching. I'm not talking.
Why aren't you talking?
I don't know. I'm watching what you're doing, and then I'm hoping somebody will say something, but
Hmm?
they're uh they're apparently watching you too.
I think they're falling asleep.
They're falling asleep because we're boring. Ooh, that camera just flashed again. Oh, it flashed again.
Uh-uh. We're going to lose all of them. All the cameras. All at once.
They're talking about cats. Every airport I ever was at for any length of time, there's always an airport cat.
Really?
I remember one place I stayed in, the cat's name was Aileron. Cat was just always around there. Somebody fed it, and it just was around the airport. Everybody kind of knew the cat. Yeah, I flew into St. Augustine in Florida one time, and the weather had me stuck there for, geez, 4 days. I slept in a sleeping bag on the hangar floor, where they let everybody use. They had this big hangar, and they just let there's an air show, and they just let everybody park their airplanes in there till they could get out of there. And my airplane was parked there. I slept on the ground next to it, sleeping bag. And this cat come in there and crawl down into the my bottom of my sleeping bag, down by my feet, curl up and go to sleep. About 4 o'clock in the morning, that cat would get up and head outside for 4 days. After I left, I don't know where that cat slept. Not in my sleeping bag. It
Wherever it wanted.
was the airport cat. I don't remember. I don't remember his name, her name, whatever it was.
I think they're gone. I think everybody left.
Well, it says there's 10 people here, but they're all watching, listening,
That's fair.
watching you.
What is there to say?
They're watching you because I'm just an old fat man and you're hollering. Gonna get mad at me. But you got a knife. I got to be careful.
Yeah, mouthing off.
Don't be mouthing off if your partner has a knife. Ooh, you're cutting.
Yeah, this is in the way.
Yeah, I agree. Be careful. You're really close to too close to you. So what was it about tonight? Upholstery, cats, and Pontiacs,
You can go
and
change.
tunnel rams.
You can go change the thumbnail.
Yeah, I'll have a thumbnail that says
Holster cats and Pontiacs.
upholstery, cats, and Pontiacs. Oh yeah, and tunnel rams.
Well, Pontiac tunnel rams.
Seen that? Have you seen that? Uh, Right, that Barrows just got running, driving up and down this driveway.
Not sure that I have. We were busy today. Stuff.
Oh, it's been around for a few days. It's
Shoot. I was trying to make
Small car with a big tunnel. Looks kind of cool. Kim, you know what's wrong with getting old? I've said it before. Every day I think of more stuff I want to build, and every day I have less time. And when this Dodge is out of here, no name nationals, and then I want to bring the Spitfire in.
Oh yeah, the Spitfire's on the chopping block.
Kim kind of likes those get it run things that can't possibly ever start again, and she'll get them running.
Yep. Spitfire shouldn't be too bad.
Oh, you got my Studebaker running. That Studebaker engine was never going to run again. I was going to take it out and put small block Chevy in.
That Studebaker.
And it sat around for like 7 or 8 years.
It didn't want to go.
And you decided you're going to make it run, and you did. It surprised me.
It was fighting. It was like, no, I'm sleeping. Leave me be.
Junkyard D. Hey, Kim and Buff. Been creeping in the background, working on the bike and listening. Oh, okay. Well, good. Thanks for being there.
Thanks for saying hello.
So, yeah, when she started that Studebaker,
Boy,
all the
rat's nest blew up the sauce.
mice homes blew out of the whole length of the exhaust pipe.
That was funny.
And just shot out of the exhaust pipe for the mice at the end of that home. Heck yes, can't wait for the Spitfire. Well, you know the Spitfire body is no good. The Spitfire body was repaired it was rusty. I mean, that's an understatement. It has a holy floor in the back. I mean, you could just stand there and look at the grass.
Look at the ground, yeah.
And then so somebody fixed it with Bondo. And then I'm sure it rusted again, and they fixed it with Bondo again. So that body is going to come off there, but if we can make it run and rebody it with something cool, I'm going to do it. You know, the build started out as a mileage challenge to see if we could get over 20 miles per gallon out of a 460 with a C6. She did. So this year we said, let's do the opposite. Yeah. Oh, what are you doing with that?
Just the cushioning for this.
Oh, I thought you were going to use something else.
Well, you were wrong.
I'm wrong, huh? Oh boy, here we go. Pink stuff. Shouldn't we put the pink stuff on the outside where it shows?
Yes.
Well, that's kind of like the underwear. If you have pink underwear, you don't wear it on the outside.
Sure you do. I mean, in certain companies.
Certain company. Okay. Are you worried about these at all? Oh, maybe not. They're like little pokers that are going to get you in the butt.
Where?
Oh, no, oh, yeah, oh, they're facing down. I see. These guys right here. That one probably.
Well, this will
Can
do
we
it.
bend those down, or do you not want to?
It'll be okay. These will cover that up.
What is that stuff?
It's a yoga mat.
A yoga mat. Okay. Apparently, Buff has never been to a rave.
Right? Maybe not.
What is a rave?
That's a place where you wear your underwear on the outside.
On the outside? Oh, okay.
Probably. Yep.
Yeah, I probably haven't been to that place.
Probably haven't been to a lot of raves. He's not the type. I have been to a couple of raves. I've been to a couple of raves where we don't wear underwear.
Oh,
Where is
geez.
your staple gun?
Well, the problem with this staple gun is it needs a battery. I gotta go get a battery.
Okay. Junkyard D, have you been to any raves? The only thing I wasn't really all that happy about the raves I've been to recently is I don't do any kind of drugs, so it's like creepy being around people who are like zombified. I like it when people are like alert, just having a good time and dancing and having fun. It's weird when people are like out of it.
Yeah, if there's drugs, I'm probably not there.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I really want to spend too much time around the heavy drugs. It's no good. Here you go, and I got the yoga mat. I think it was 50% off of $5.99 at the Goodwill or thrift store. We're gonna do that thing with the aluminum. Do we have any more of that aluminum?
Junkyard D says, I'm proud to say I've not. Oh, we need aluminum over there?
Can you there? Can you hold this up while I go get the sawhorses again? Struggling here.
I know. I gotta get to where I can get to, but something's in my way.
Okay.
Please move the seat. Something was stopping. Something was stopping this.
He said he hasn't been any raves.
That's right.
I mean,
So what am I? I'm a clamp. I'm a clamp.
temporary clamp. Yes.
Ooh, please. There you go.
Whoa. I gotta put this so we can staple it.
Okay, so now we need
Something,
sheet metal.
something to, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go cut some sheet metal.
Oh, you think? We don't have any more?
Well,
Okay,
not that's the right size, no.
can you get
Hey,
it?
you're gonna have to grab the pieces. They drop off the shear.
Okay. I'm gonna say hello to people while you're doing it.
Well, be on the inside of the shear.
Oh, it won't go anywhere. I'll find it. Oh,
I need a marker.
Sleepy Warley? I'm proud to say I have not. A rave can be a lot of fun. They have flashy lights and a DJ.
Markers.
Yeah.
I need it.
Oh, God.
Where did I go around?
What's the problem? Just cross things to get around my way.
I'm sorry.
It's
Just trying to do this and not make big of these jump. Okay, friends.
I think you're fooling yourself, but you expect it to not be a piece of junk.
An O20 or O25?
Whichever you got.
I think O20 is a real good chance to sneak.
Okay. Whew. Well, you know what? We're not entertaining enough. That's why you're getting sleepy. If we were better. Last time I saw The Offspring, I thought, yeah, I'm old now. Yeah, I wouldn't want to go into like a mosh pit or anything crazy like that. And the truth of it is I wouldn't want to go to a rave right now. I'm not up to that. But it used to be fun, I guess. There were fun people sometimes. I don't know. Now I just work on cars. That's fun enough, right? I don't need to put myself into dangerous situations just for the sake of trying to be vicarious.
Kim, we need 2 or 3 or what?
Oh, that's right.
I've got it here.
Probably 3
Grab them, okay. Let's not cut them up.
rave lights. We have that flashlight. Does it rave light? Where is the flashlight? He hides it from me. He doesn't want anybody to touch his flashlight. I understand. When you got a stomach bug, all you want to do is just be like, "Bleh."
Yeah, yes.
Jeez. Maybe I'll turn on the other.
Why are you staring at the door?
Did someone kicked it over?
It's pressurized to make the bottom of the can drop.
Oh, jeez. That's dangerous.
Jesus, there like me.
Okay, go around the other side and I'll.
You have longer arms.
And legs. And legs. Cats.
Okay, now they make it too long. She's on the sugar.
Actually, these are good. This
That was luck.
this is real.
That was some kind of luck, wasn't it? Okay, you know, this stuff here. Okay, let's see. Get the seat out of the way. Get the seat out of the way. See what we're doing? Okay, right here.
Yeah. Woo! Man.
Here. Oops, that's not good. That needs a hammeration right there. Needs to be pulled out. All right, now I figured out how to prevent that problem. Have a pair of snips or something you can grab this.
Oh yeah, you know why you that.
Okay, can you get that out of there? Yeah, that makes sense. Trying to put a staple in a piece of steel. That'll never work.
I mean, it's sort of stuck in there.
Stuck in your phone. Okay, I'll just put one on. I can't believe that one went out. It bent the shit out of it.
Rolled up and.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll put one here.
Okay, that'll be good.
And then I'll put one on this side.
Okay. Good.
Okay. People are watching how not to do this. Let's see. I fully remember going to concerts in my 20s and there's a chiropractor following Monday, headbanging young man's game. Man, I've never been to a chiropractor. Been to the emergency room, but not for that. You ready? Oh yeah, that probably did.
Okay. All right, that should do it.
Yeah, the emergency room was not from headbanging. This is from a 57 Studebaker that rolled over me. That was not real pleasant. Got my one and only ride in ambulance that day.
All right, see if this goes on.
Okay, so how does this? Oh, nothing holds it on the front other than the upholstery?
The upholstery should do it.
Okay. Okay, what do you want me to do?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. I thought
Make
I
sure
needed
the shaft is having fun.
the bicycle. Turn up the rock and roll. Oh God, what were you listening to the other night? Would anybody here remember that stuff?
We were listening to the Dire Straits.
Dire Straits.
Straits.
And
We got you in.
what was her name? What was her name? What was her name?
Tuscan Kitchen Delivery.
She started singing that on the. She started singing that on our little walkie-talkie. So when she walked in the house, I had it cranked up.
These color TV.
Oh, I know who it was. Laura Branigan. Laura Branigan and Gloria.
Gloria.
I've been to sock house, poker parties, punk parties, golf raves. None of them were as great as the party going on in my head when I was younger. Oh man, everybody's doing that stuff. I was always working in a shop. It's always working for somebody, or
I missed a lot of parties.
after work, helping friends put engines in and stuff. Just I wanted to be part of that. Tim, you know what? That looks like it's made to fit.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, it's like almost there. Gloria's a great classic too. Yeah, the Gloria that Laura Branigan did. The other Gloria's kind of.
It's like really rough. A little bit. Like if you could be in the middle and just make sure it doesn't roll backwards. Wow, check it out. Look at that. Look how cool it looks. It looks like a seat. It's amazing.
Look at that. I'm just starting to. It's starting to.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
see it
like,
now.
oh man, what a piece of crap that was. Okay, so it's tipping toward you, and I don't know if that's what you want or not.
That's okay. I got it. All right.
Okay, so now what? What do we do down there?
Well,
Oh, is that hog ring time?
that's Hog Ring Village. Yeah.
So, should I tell a story about these sawhorses?
Yeah.
Felix Smith says, "Dang, that looked good," and Junkyard D says, "That looks awesome."
Thank you. Thank you.
Pharaoh says, "That's really good work, Kim."
That's all night worth of work.
These sawhorses, they're really old rickety sawhorses now, but they came from a friend of mine when I was much younger, and he was an old man. He was 75 when he died. His name was Ray Headley. He had a small fiberglass shop in Geneva, Ohio, and I used to go hang out there in the evening. And he worked from early in the morning till well into the night every night. Just a hardworking old guy. But he did some of the very first fiberglass work. He said he went to a car show in the late 40s, and there was a company there that had new stuff called fiberglass, and he was asking a lot of questions about it. So they gave him some materials, and they gave him a 55-gallon drum of polyester resin and the kicker and some cloth. And he said the next year, whatever the car show that was, he goes, he brought 3 cars, and he goes, every one of them was made out of fiberglass from scratch. And he goes, then the company gave him more stuff. And so he was building fiberglass cars, late 40s, early 50s, and he ended up building the molds for the very first Corvettes in like in 1952. Uh, he was building molds for General Motors, and then later he built molds and stuff for the Mako Shark Corvettes that they did in the 60s, and then he ended up doing the molds and built a lot of the bodies for the Studebaker Avanti. But that project was, man, oh, they sold so many of them he couldn't keep up with it. But that's kind of his thing. Later on, when I knew him, he was building some fiberglass trailers that were kits, so you could put them all together, make long trailers, short trailers, and he was making molds for shower stalls that had hot water running through them, so you could cycle them really fast. You do the layup, close the mold up, and run hot water through the mold, and then you could pull the part out quickly. So he was doing that for a company that was doing shower stalls, and then he died one morning. Just got old and died. And
As one
I
does.
I was over there, and his son was there, kind of cleaning the place up, and he's gonna throw these sawhorses out. And I said, don't throw them out, throw them my way. He goes, you can take them. So I got Ray's sawhorses, and we're still using them. Geez, Ray would be like 105 or something now. 104. He died in 1995. Really, really interesting guy to know because he had all the stories. He's kind of quiet. You kind of had to get it out of but he'd tell you the stories. Glad I got to hang out with the guy. Hmm. Oh, okay. What you doing there?
Well,
Besides stepping on my toe.
put it
Oh God,
sheet together.
I don't know why I have like a dry throat of the year.
Um,
Glad we bought more cough drops. Because I put these in there, it makes it better for a short time, and then it's back again. Yeah,
that is so much better than how bad it was. So bad before. This is going to be nice and comfortable. It's soft right in the middle, but that's okay.
why do you have a battery up there?
I'm going to put it on.
Oh, I thought you were weighting down the. Where'd the thing go? Stapler. Don't know where it went.
I put it underneath the.
Oh, I see. You put it away. See, I got to see my stapler work. Man, that is a healthy stapler. And that thing's turned way down. You turn it up, and you'll put the staple right through the piece of wood and out the other side. That's what I did the first time. I had a piece of 1/4 inch plywood, put that staple on, bam! It's like I didn't think any staple came out. I did it again. It's like, what's wrong? And I picked it up, and the staples were in the piece of wood under it. I saw the hole, and the staple had gone all the way through the piece of 1/4 inch ply into the 2x4 that was under it, or 2x2 that was under it. Like, man, that thing's no joke. What you doing? You're oiling something. Oh, oh, what bolts are those? Those are the.
They go through the sides here. We'll see the back, the back seat.
Oh, so are you going to install it right now?
Well,
I thought you had to hog ring all this down
no, you can't hog ring that until it's put together.
till it's bolted together.
Yeah, because the pin bolts in, which hog ring together because you don't get bolts.
Oh, because after it's hog ring, you can't get to the bolts. Okay. So you got to hog ring that together, assembled.
Yeah,
That's not good. Glad I'm not doing that.
I mean it's not my first choice place to do it, but it's just life.
Oh, you're setting that up over there so I can put the camera over there and then we can both go over there and
Maybe.
I'll be on one side of the car and you'll be on the other and we'll try to auto salvage outlaws. How you doing? We're about ready to put the seat back in the Dart. Ken just sewed this all up, did a really nice job. Um, and then we'll both be over there. I won't be able to read the
You could stay here.
well, I gotta help you put it in.
No, I got
That's not nice. Like let you do that by yourself.
it's okay.
I'm gonna walk over there, friends. Oh, you're going that way. That's the way I was going. Okay, yeah, I was gonna go to the other side of the car.
Oh, you come all the way to the side. Can't say you were fast.
Well, no, we're back. Back. Right.
Yeah. Got it? Got it. Sure. Oh. Yeah. I gotta get a razor blade. No, they can't hear you. I had to turn the GoPro's thing off. Why didn't let that mic over there? You really yelled at me. These marbles. Does really make a big difference. Front points get out of it. So I can't put together your leg. Got to bring razor over. That is the same. Bring sides. What's the word? Just down to the
Oh, same thing on the other side.
yeah.
Okay. Well, no, I thought I was supposed to go over there. Yes. Hey. Here, over here. But I can't. Yeah, I can't get there. That's the truth here. Hey, sweet. Sounds like a $66 charge for it. You know what, man? I'm start. So I'm back here. Let's see. I'm reading all this, whatever is there. Doing seats is a pain in the ass. Yeah. How much you got left on your car for no? Oh, that's Junkyard D. Okay, just need a few things, but I'd like to possibly change the heads and intake. Holy crap. I need to come watch your videos. So much going on. Yeah, that's that's what happens to me. I have so much going on and there's so much content that I can't watch it all. And I'd like to, but I don't always watch it all. Like tonight, I only watched half Uncle Tony. Looks like somebody shined up the wheels. Oh yeah, the wheels. They're different wheels. What's that? Spoilers. They're looking at them. Oh, don't tell them that they're different wheels. You're showing them the wheels. You got the camera on them. Wheels. They don't know about them. She says they're secret wheels. You didn't see anything. Yeah, don't look at that man behind the curtain. You didn't see anything. Don't look at the man behind the curtain. I don't know. You went around. Did you have him over here? You have him over there? What is this junkyard DES? I got to come day early, stay in Tennessee. Make appointment to have my blood cleaned. Oh, that doesn't sound good. And the Monday after. Oh, geez, I got to go to the doctor next Monday. Not tomorrow, a week from tomorrow. I don't like going to it's a new doctor. Got to change doctors again. Can't I just go back to Mexico like I used to do?
Sure.
Yeah, we're 1,100 miles from Mexico, so
I gotta turn this camera on
you're turning that off. Why?
because it's secret.
What you're
Giving
doing
away,
is a secret? Okay, I'll have to turn this one.
giving away my secret plans.
Have to change this to scene. There. Oh, you're looking for the bolts.
Well,
What you do with the bolts?
I don't know.
See, I may have cleaned them up. Let me think about this. Did I put some bolts somewhere that I wasn't supposed to? Ah, there's a chance I did something.
You hid my bolts from me? I found a couple bolts that'll work. I'm good. I'm okay. Come and hang out with the chat. Thanks everyone for hanging out.
Not where I thought. See, I put some bolts in it. Oh, you know, that was that's much too big. They'll just pump you all full of Everclear. Oh my God. Everclear, that'll can't drink that. Just weld them. Weld what?
Well, the seats is. Oh, yeah.
No, there's two bolts on each side to attach the back of the seat to the bottom of the seat. And we knew where two bolts were, only I thought I'd moved the other two, but I don't know where they are. Uh, I'm sure some kind of mistake. Yeah, I'm making myself a new Tang. Tang! What was the whole joke with, what was his name? Dakota's timeout. The Tang jokes. Well, I have this Tang going into this water. You know, weld the seat in. No.
Well, it's fine.
Auto salvage all us is weld the seat in.
It's the right seat.
She just did the upholstery. You know what happens if I take a stinger in there? It'll go up in flames. I don't know, is that fireproof upholstery?
Yeah. Flame retard.
Flame retardant. So we can weld the seat in.
1960s flame retardants. So you know it's good. People with asbestos.
I remember those cars when they were new. I don't remember anything about flame retardant. This Tang sure is good. I'm gonna drink a beer with JB. Man, this Tang, you know what'd be good in this Tang? Little vodka. No. a little gin, but I can't do that. Yeah, my blood sugar will go way up, and then there'll be some other emergency.
Probably don't want to get it.
He says welding it in will make a good video.
What? When I set it on fire?
Well, that's what everybody likes. They like stuff that's set on fire and crashes. And the biggest, it's my complaint, the biggest channels out there are all the ruiners. The people like to ruin stuff. They're the biggest channels. They just go drive something into a tree or light it on fire, drive it off a bridge, get a lot of likes that way. Get millions of subscribers, make a lot of money. I don't know. Jack Daniels. Yeah, oh yeah, Jack Daniels is here in Tennessee too. It's kind of funny is I think they're in a dry county. Make it, but you can't drink it. Or you can't sell it. I don't know what the deal is. I think they changed a lot of that in Tennessee. There's a lawyer that's somewhat south of here, and he started making whiskey, like a micro place. Does Kim Start have any call outs yet? Do you have any call outs yet?
Yeah, RC.
RC Industries, that's right. So that lawyer went through a lot of trouble and got legislation passed so that the micro distillers, I guess they call them, they are allowed to sell their whatever they make, whatever they distill. So maybe the dry counties are really gone in Tennessee. I don't know how all that worked, but I know he's more of a distiller than a lawyer, but he got that legislation passed. It's pretty cool. One of the very few things that politicians do that are good. They let you do, they allow you to do something rather than restricting you from doing something. We are in, well, we're just south of Clarksville, which is Middle Tennessee. If any of you know where Fort Campbell, Kentucky is, Fort Campbell, Kentucky, most of it's in Tennessee. We're right near Fort Campbell. The reason it's Fort Campbell, Kentucky, is one little part of Fort Campbell where the post office is in Kentucky, and so they have a Kentucky zip code. But we're kind of between Clarksville and Nashville, closer to Clarksville. But we're out where our nearest neighbors are cattle. I don't know how many cattle are there. 20, like 100 acres with 20 grass-fed cattle on it. Those are our neighbors. I go out there if they go moo, I moo back at them. Kim goes, "Don't moo at the cattle." But why not? They're mooing at me. Yes, I know where that is. And Uncle Tony, he's about as far south of Nashville as we are north. So he and Dr. Art, Pee-wee are down there. So what was that noise, Kim?
That's the seat falling into its place.
Oh, it's where it's supposed to be?
It's in the holes.
It's where it's supposed seat is where it's supposed to be. So yeah, it's like an hour and a half drive down to see Dr. Art or Tony. Tony had a shop where he had a big shop and he wanted a lot of people there and he moved from there. So, um, you can't have a shop full of people anymore. So we haven't really been down there in a while, but we've been to see Dr. Art. Had a good time there.
Dr. Art and his wife are they're just such nice people.
Well, Dr. Art and his wife, what's her channel is Lucky Lindy over 50. I think that's what it is. Lucky Lindy, like Lindbergh, the pilot that flew across the Atlantic. Lucky Lindy. So she's Lucky Lindy over 50. And
it's real nice. She wants to do interior decorating and
nice woman. She does some she's done a few car videos and she does some videos on interior decorating. What was kind of funny is I found her because she was covering the race that Uncle Tony did with what's his name? Dead Dodge Garage. Is that who that was?
Dead Dodge Garage?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was that race. And she covered that race on her channel. So I subscribed to her channel, but I didn't know who she was until I met her in person. And it's like, oh, oh, who you are. I'm already subscribed to your channel. So, yeah. And Dr. Art, you probably know who Dr. Art is. I got cousins there in Tennessee. Where in Tennessee?
Tennessee's a pretty big place.
Tennessee's short, but it's wide. I mean, it's like hundreds of miles from tip to tip, but it's not very far across or down, north and south. And we drove down to Alabama. It didn't take long. We went down there and bought your skid steer in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
It was not even a day trip to go all the way down there and back. I grew up in California, so California was like no matter where you went, it was all day and then some. And I went in the military and learned that there were other places that were better. I shouldn't say it. California, geographically, a great place, but politically, man, they're going to get their taxes out of you. Trust me. And there's other things I kind of like about the other states. Kim, what's going on over there?
I'm just bolting this
You
TV.
turned the camera off so nobody can see you work. All they're watching is Fat Man sitting here by some sawhorses. What part of Alabama? We went into northern Alabama, what, like 2 miles? Hey, there's a frog jumping across here.
Where?
Oh, a little tiny frog. He's headed like toward the black toolbox on your side.
He's in the house.
Yeah, he's jumping over there. Just he's really dark colored, so he fades into the dirt. He's probably dirty. He's jumping. I think he'll probably be under the black toolbox pretty soon. Well, he went under the bucket that we're using for a light diffuser. He's under there. Do you know how far Tennessee is north to south? I do not.
He's under the.
He's under that bucket right there.
Oh, there he goes.
Little tiny dark frog. Okay.
Teeny tiny little tree frog.
So we weren't very far into Alabama.
Yeah. That guy was nice, but that kid loader is. Whoa! But he told me.
He told you that though. This guy.
I should have told him no. I should.
This guy. We went down there to get a skid loader, and she bought it, and it was ready for restoration. But it drove. It drove. She drove it. He didn't really want her to drive it, but she drove it. And then as soon as she was on it, he goes, "Oh, she knows how to drive that." I guess he didn't. Kim can drive anything. So, so then he was comfortable with it, but he sold it to her, and he's an older guy that has a little used car lot on some grass down there, and he has like some '57 Chevys and a boat tail Riviera, and I don't know. I think the newest car he had was probably that boat tail Riv. Everything else he had is from the '60s or '50s. He didn't have a lot of cars, probably like 10 cars. And a skid steer. We bought the skid steer, put it on a trailer, towed it back up here. We left in the morning, got back mid-afternoon. It's not.
And I've been start so it can run ever since. Although it runs good now, it just doesn't leaks a lot of.
Yeah, she's made a useful tool out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, and any of you been here for a while, you probably remember seeing her driving around. We got videos of her doing stuff on it. Kim, you okay over there?
Yeah, I'm just putting these tracks on.
Why'd you turn the video off?
I don't know. I didn't think I was going to be over here long.
Well, she was letting everybody watch her, and then she turned it off. So now you sit here and watch a fat man in a green shirt. I don't know how to work that camera. I go hold it over there.
Well,
That camera overheats, so I don't know.
sorry.
Well, you know that other new camera you bought, the Sony?
Yeah,
Does that, can we stream out of that, or is that,
yeah,
so we'll have to learn how to do that at some point.
yeah. I wanted to see if we could get this working, and now.
Well, this one's kind of sad. You paid a lot of money for it and it's overheats.
Well, it'll be really good for some things. There's no doubt about
Like
it.
like wintertime.
Well, wait for
You can use it outside in the wintertime.
yeah, wait for that. But
I'm not
I don't know what I did to the bottom of that, but that's okay. Uh,
well, what are you doing?
sit.
Can you sit in? Is
Oh
it
my
bolted
gosh,
in?
it's so firm.
Is it better?
I mean, it's good, but it's so firm. It's like, and my head is in the roof.
It- well, is the seat bolted in? Seat's probably not in the right place. Tim, was just getting ready to go to bed. Have you been live since last night? No, no, no. We came in an hour after Uncle Tony shut down. He was I don't know, Ari does the after the Tony show, but Ari, I remember now, he was driving to Phoenix because he had to go to work tomorrow morning in Phoenix. So he had a pretty good drive ahead of him. So he wasn't in Tony's show and he wasn't doing the after the Tony. So we decided to hustle up here to the shop. I put a thumbnail up in a hurry and we got up here and we got here like 2 minutes, 3 minutes before, got set up. And Kim had another camera over there on
I'm
her
too tall for this
car.
car.
You're too tall for the car now?
Yeah.
Gotta take some of that padding out of the seat. Have to have me drive it, short guy drive it.
I gotta have you break it in or.
You have to wear your helmet.
Oh, jeez, I gotta wear a helmet. Sorry.
Well, then your head won't
Slouched
your
it.
your head won't hit the
I got
roof.
a hole in the roof.
Your head won't hit the roof. The helmet will hit the roof.
Oh man. I
So
mean, it's way too small for me now.
Tim's here.
I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's way too small for me now. I can't drive it. It's wrong. It's like way too
You
high.
padded it too much.
Yeah.
We'll drive it a little and mash the pad down a little.
You're gonna have to drive it until I can get in. Dude, get in.
Oh, so well, I mean the other one mashed out. Certainly the new one will mash out. Just put another 100,000 miles on it, right?
Hmm? Yes, it's
Put
good.
another
It's
100,000 miles on the
and
seat.
then
It'll
it'll be
mash
ready
out
for
like the
me.
first one. Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez, man.
Oh, what's that? The air conditioner came on.
Oh, that's because it.
I thought it was off and it was just turned warmer.
I don't know, but I'm all sweaty and dirty. That was hard work.
Okay, so it's midnight plus 30 here.
Is it?
So what are we gonna do?
Let's call it.
You gonna call it?
Yeah.
We're
Do you
still
guys want to?
we're
Does
getting
anybody
more
want to
people in
see
here.
it before we shut down?
You want to walk? Yeah, let them see the result. You have to take that camera over there. How do you want me to pass it over the sheet metal shear? How do you want to do it?
Well, I don't know
It's
if
too well attached.
it's not that it's too little attached. It's tethered by the wire.
That's what I mean. It's attached by wires and like
Let me see
you
if I
can
can
only reach it so far.
done so. So let me see how far I can
All
get.
it says leave some weight on it while it's parked.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good idea. Thank you.
What fell? Something fell.
Ah, not critically important. Let's see what we can do here.
Cords are never long enough.
This is like the eternal problem we have in this
Look at
garage.
that. Look at the cord she's holding. Looks like wiring from the Philippines or from Mexico. Mexico, same thing.
You need extension cords? Lots of extension cords?
Oh, they just keep adding wiring. It just looks like something that's going to catch on fire. Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay, so I'm gonna tell me when and I'll turn it on.
I gotta.
You got it. She's almost there.
Um.
Switch it on.
Um. Not yet.
Oh, I already switched it on.
They're gonna get dizzy. I gotta.
You're gonna get dizzy. They're gonna get the Kim shot. Good to see Kim. Kim up close. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, maybe you can open the door. Maybe not. Oh yeah, it still needs the hog rings on the bottom. That's why that shows like that. Is that a seatbelt in there?
Yeah.
Wow. It sure looks different than it was.
I mean, it was a whole.
It was just a hole with not just a hole. Okay, can I get around there? Do you want me to sit in it?
Yeah.
Because then we'll see how it packs down. See, I got to get wide here.
Ooh. Easy on the paint. Holy moly moly. Oh, the microphone's over there, so they can't hear very good. I don't have this microphone turned on.
This back, it's really got a lot of back. Right. I fit in here just fine. The back is really firm. The back is almost too firm. I suppose if the seat was
Push the clutch. What do you think?
the seat were to slide back one. Oh yeah, I can push the clutch in over it. Yeah, it's quite firm. Certainly not falling in a hole like before. Oh, it's really firm, Jim.
That's what I said.
And it's not this that's firm, it's the back. Back is
Too firm?
well, if I scoot over to the right just slightly, it's you know, yeah, I might want to move if I were driving this, I might want to move the seat back one touch.
That's as far as it goes.
This is back all the way. Oh no.
Well, as I can tell.
Back in the 70s, no, the 80s when they started downsizing all the cars. The police cars got smaller. I was working for a company that servicing the police cars, and we had to drill new holes and move the seats back in some of them.
I believe it.
The cops couldn't fit in them with all their gear on.
Yep.
This is really back all the way?
I think it is back all the way. Well, we may yet be thwarted in our efforts here.
Well, I'll say this. I couldn't drive it at all before. Yeah, we got the wrong thing on here. I couldn't drive it at all before. And now I'm sure I could sit there for a couple hours and drive it. Yeah. Tim says, nice job, Kim. Nice job, Kim.
Thanks, Tim. It's really high. I need a couple joints out of the spine. I need
You're
to be
taller than
shorter.
I am.
Yeah.
I sit in there. I have room between top of my head, but I got a long body. Usually I'm one of the taller ones in cars, but you're even taller than me.
Junkyard D, I knew what it looked like. I just kind of went and
What
looked
made you?
around until I found a material that I liked. I thought had a
Where is that?
60s kind of vibe.
Oh, what's that noise?
Oh, that camera decided to shut down.
Camera just got hot and shut down.
No, I think
think
it
it.
might be the battery died.
Oh, okay. So you have a piece of that somewhere that you were showing off.
Yeah, I gotta find it again. Give me a minute. Can't get over to it.
Can't get there from here.
Cannot get there. Yeah. All right. Here she is.
Yeah, she looked around for material.
It kind of has a peacock sort of vibe to it,
It's
and
just
it really worked with.
diamonds.
It
And
works even with the fade that the
fits with the car. It's
it
fine.
does. It fits with the tan of the interior and dash and the greenish fade of the carpet. It works.
And the rest of the seat is original vinyl. She did the insert, so it looks good. Man,
I never want to have to do that again.
you never want to have to do it again. What about the back seat? Not doing the back seat.
I don't know. We'll see.
Well, you don't need a back seat to race. We could put one of those boxes back there. It's all full of speakers and stuff.
I'm put a blanket over. It sounds way more and more like the right way to do this.
Get a blanket from Mexican Spec. He sent a Mexican blanket to Tavo, I think. Was it Tavo? Somebody down under. I think it was Tavo.
Nice. Can we be done?
Yeah.
I'm tired. That was hard work. Thanks everyone for hanging out. It's really late. And
Yeah, it's 12. Yeah, it's after midnight. After
I'll be
midnight
bringing a
30.
couple of seats to No Name Nationals for you. Don't threaten me with a good time.
These are seats to sit on, right? Not to
I mean, I could use some real seats. These are.
not to restitch.
I mean,
Well, Kim, this was a
at
huge.
least it doesn't get blown out. But I don't know. It's gonna be a little bit uncomfortable.
You know what? This was a huge project. It really was.
If you have buckets, I will. I will probably convert it right over to buckets because.
You okay there? Yeah, you're well.
Thank you, all.
So we're gonna shut down.
Yeah, we're gonna shut down everybody. I'm sorry. Um,
It's time
that
to say goodnight.
that it is. It's time to say goodnight. We'll be back before too long. We'll be back Tuesday.
Getting the evil eye from the dog.
Yeah. Put the dog to bed. Get something to eat. The whole thing.
Oh, do we have anything to eat? Oh, we bought food.
I cooked, remember, and you didn't eat any of it.
Oh
So
yeah.
your leftovers are in the fridge.
Oh yeah. Okay, that sounds
All
good.
right, everyone. Have your snacks, and we'll see you next time.
Take care. Good night.